Windows are possibly the most complex and interesting elements in the fabric of our homes. They provide light and fresh air and offer views that connect our interior living spaces with the great outdoors.
Obviously, we've always enjoyed barbecues in Australia, so we're great entertainers. And our homes are our castle, but they're truly becoming designer castles now with opening up of living spaces. The amount of renovations that are done to add a deck or open up a space utilising opening windows and doors is phenomenal. Big sliders, bifolds, they're all giving us an access to an alfresco style of living that really was unavailable 50 years ago.
To ensure you get the best performance from your windows and doors, attention needs to be given to the choice of glass used. Ordinary windows represent a major source of unwanted heat gain in summer and significant heat loss in winter.
One of the most important components of sustainable design is the building envelope. We need to make sure that the walls, the floor and the roof of your building are thermally secure. Otherwise, all of the heat that's inside of your building in winter or all of the cooling that's inside of your building in summer will escape. Or, transversely, all of the cooling that's outside your building will come in winter and all of the heat that's outside your building in summer will come inside as well. How do we improve the building thermal envelope? Well, we insulate the walls, we insulate the roof, we insulate the floor. But there's always a weak point. What is that weak point? This. The glass is the weak point. I'm holding my hand on this glass. It's currently 5 degrees outside and my hand is freezing cold because there is no thermal barrier to that cold coming inside this building. In addition, there is no thermal barrier stopping the heat in this lovely warm room going outside. How do we fix that? We use thermal glazing. When you consider that 80% of your heating or cooling is transmitted through the glazing, you'll see that the glazing is an integral, absolutely imperative component of the building thermal envelope. Without this glass, we may as well do nothing. Because we can have the world's most insulated building, we can have a perfectly insulated wall, floor, ceiling, but if we have standard glass, then all it's doing is opening the door and letting it all out. You need to consider the use of thermal glazing.
Let's consider an average house in a climate equivalent to Brisbane. This house can lose up to 49% of its heat in winter and in summer gain up to 87% just through the windows. This combined heat loss gain through the windows will have a 40% impact on heating and cooling bills.
Glass has certainly become a huge element of windows and doors. Obviously, physically, it's a big piece in the equation, but the performance of glass with lamination, tinting, low E and thermal performing elements involved, it really has become a vital part of the equation. A lot of people are looking for high thermal performance, and certainly a lot of people in the design sector, the building designers and the architects, are very aware of the performance aspects of glass, and you'll find that most systems going into any form of valuable residential application or commercial application will have some serious attention put on the glass.
Today, remarkable new framing and glazing materials have changed energy performance of windows in a radical way. Tinted glass can assist in reducing the solar heat gain. That is, the heat absorbed by the house through the glass as a result of extreme temperatures to the external building envelope. Then there is a low E glass, which reduces the heat loss from the house by means of a low emissivity coating on the glass, often referred to as a heat mirror. This coating actually reflects the heat back into the house. Then, of course, there is double glazing.
In its simplest form, a double glazing pack is two pieces of glass separated by a spacer. This spacer could be of a certain width to assist the particular performance of that glazing unit. Therefore, the ambient temperature to the outside of the house versus the temperature to the inside of the house is separated, eliminating any transference of heat or cold across that particular window surface. We have what we call the convective loop. If you consider a single piece of glass in a home, the cold air outside would contact the warm air inside your house through the particular single piece of glass, and the cold air outside would continue to cool the warm air inside, and that air would fall to the floor, producing what we know as the convective loop. The effectiveness of separating the two pieces of glass with an air gap between the two continues to enhance the performance of that window in a thermal requirement.
Another choice, especially for existing windows, is window film.
Compared to performance glazing, window film is a very inexpensive option. Window film can be supplied to a new window or retrofit to any existing window. Probably the most common application for window film on homes and offices is controlling that heat entering in through your windows from the outside. Window film provides a very inexpensive and quick option to solve that problem. The real benefit about putting window film on your home or office is that you're able to transform your existing poor performing standard glass into a high performance glazing unit.
For more information, visit aboutthehouse.com.au.